quite a lot of fear, and this is mainly because it is such a misunderstood concept, and most people relate astrology to horoscopes, and horoscopes are very general. They're identifying with only your sun sign, and you are made up of so much more than that. Astrology is a language, and it is the language of the stars. It is the language of the planets. And this sacred science has been used since the beginning of civilization. Since the dawn of time, man has gazed up at the stars in search of meaning, in the search of truth, as to why we are here on earth today. And astrology is both a science and an art, and it was viewed as an academic science until the 17th century. So 300 years ago, someone decided that astrology should only be viewed as an alternative to life. So my goal today is to hopefully be able to offer some insight and clarity into this ancient concept, and to hopefully share with you guys as a living embodiment of how astrology can be used to help navigate through life. Astrology is essentially the art of understanding the influences that the planets have on us here on Earth. If you could just take a moment to imagine the sky as a 360-degree circle, and if we split that circle into 12 equal parts, those equal parts make up the zodiac wheel, and each part of the circle is assigned to a zodiac sign. And most of you will probably be familiar with the signs and maybe a little bit of what they represent, but I'm going to go into a little bit more depth today, and I won't be going too far as I don't want to overwhelm anyone, so I will just be giving you guys a basic understanding of what astrology is and what it's made up of. So we have the first sign, which is Aries, and I'm gonna also add the keywords of each zodiac. So the first up is Aries. I am each zodiac. So the first up is Aries. I am. Going into Taurus, I have. Gemini, I think. Cancer, I feel. Leo, I will. Virgo, I analyze. Libra, I balance. Scorpio, I desire. Sagittarius, I seek. Capricorn, I use. Aquarius, which I am, I know. And Pisces, I dream. So those words encapsulate the essence of what each sign brings, what each sign influences onto our earthly being. Therefore, astrology has a depth and a complexity that you can spend your whole life unwrapping, and unwrapping you should. So essentially, how can you use astrology? How can you find out more about yourself and the world around you by using this tool? How does it work? So as you all know, we have 9 planets in the sky, and we also have our moon. And when we gaze up at our moon or our sun, we can feel the energy that they penetrate onto us. And they're not the only ones. Every other planet in the sky has the same effect, the same impact, but in different tones, in different vibrations. So just because we can't see them every single night or day, doesn't mean that they're not there, releasing the energy to which we feel today. And astrology will never be the answer. You are the answer. But we can use this modality and this key to make life on earth even more beautiful, to give us even more awareness as to what we are made up of. We came from the stars, and therefore it's not mind-blowing to know that the stars and the planets influence us. So every planet in the sky orbits around our sun, and our sun star has been at the center of our solar system for millennia after millennia, and day after day the planets move. So they will be moving in and out of the zodiac wheel. And as they're moving in and out, the correlation between the planet and the zodiac sign come together and create themes. And as I said before, a lot of us think we are just made up of our sun sign, but we are so much more. And our sun sign is our individuality, it's our ego, it's our personality. And now if your sun falls in the house of Cancer, you will then have the Cancerian traits as your personality. Do you have that motherly energy that you project? Are you a home bird? Do you love the essence of being a nurturing caregiver? Does your sun fall in Aries? And then your personality will be so much more outgoing, you'll be fire and you will be passion. So that's an example of how the planetary movements and alignments correspond with the zodiac and their own individual traits. So as I was saying, the sun is our individuality, it is our personality, our ego essentially. Our moon is our inner world. It's our emotions. And just as the moon influences the tide, she influences all of us as well. And moving on to Mercury. Mercury rules the mind. It rules the intellect, our thinking, our understanding. Where does Mercury fall for you? Do you understand? Where does Mercury fall for you? Then going on into Venus. Venus represents love, passion, beauty. Not only in relationships and romance, but also within yourself. Self-love. Your love for the world around you, for the people around you. Moving on to Mars. Mars is the planet of fire, of drive, passion, assertiveness. How are you using your Mars? Moving on to Jupiter. Jupiter is a planet of expansion, of luck and expenditure. Onto Saturn, the grandfather of the zodiac. And Saturn represents and influences our structures and routines, all that we are putting into fruition here on Earth. Uranus, the planet of awakening, and Uranus brings with him the vibrations of freedom and eccentricity. And Neptune is the planet of mysticism, the planet of metaphysics and dreams, illusions, spirit. Going on to Pluto, the planet of transformation and regeneration. So with that little bit of understanding, I hope I've summarized that well enough to help you guys understand what each planet triggers as they transit through the zodiac wheel. Another example, if the moon is sitting in Aries, then I do know that it is a day to start this project, that I should go ahead and be in an expenditure of energy. And the list goes on, and like I said, I'm only here today to give you guys a brief understanding of my passion. Now guys, the pyramids don't align with Orion's belt for no reason. So guys, it's all about the celestial cycles and how you can use the celestial cycles to fit together with your own cycles of life. There are many parts and themes of human life so guys, it's essentially all about the cycles, the celestial cycles and your own cycles here on earth. It's about joining them together and living in this full circle of cosmic love and vibration. And we can use this information to grow, to live our life in alignment with the stars like so many civilizations and people have done before us. And so I thank you guys so much for seeing me, and thank you guys so much for listening to me and allowing me to share this little bit of magic with you guys. And going forward, whether you use this information or not, I am just so grateful to have been able to express how much I love this sacred science and how much I love those shiny, beautiful balls that glisten above me every single night. And I'm going to finish there, guys. And so I'm going to round it off, guys, by saying that it is all about the cycles of the heavens and your own cycles here on earth. Astrology is the art of combining these two stories and making them one. We go full circle. And I'm just so grateful to have been here today to be able to share this little bit of magic with you guys. And I hope I've not overwhelmed you. And whether you take on this information or not is totally up to you. I'm not here to force anything on you. I'm just here as a living embodiment of the stars that I gaze up to every single night. So thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you for allowing me to be seen. I wish you all the best, guys. Mwah. And I'm a living embodiment of how this system works. I am sitting here today living a life that I could only have dreamed of. By using astrology and monology, I am able to fine-tune the themes of my life, going with the cosmic themes and the